So we're now just one day away from Worlds 2025, meaning potentially a big reveal for that September massive update we talked about yesterday in the Duel Links updates, and expectations are kind of sky high for the first no new world year. Right, well, we know we're basically not getting a brand new world. Unless Konami pulls something out of thin air, we're getting alt styles, we're getting some other updates, what this could be, we don't know. Hopefully something good. Now if you're wondering, where are we? Well, we're back in Duelist China, because there's so much going on in this game that I haven't talked about yet. Right, things have happened since the last video that I thought, you know what, we'll talk about them because maybe Konami can bring them into our version of the game, into global version, and they're all kind of fixes for criticisms I would have had if I'd have joined in on that big Duel Links drama. Is Duel Links dying? Has Duel Links kind of declined? All that kind of thing with Farfa and Mechlord and Loom and whatever the hell happened there. It would have been me glazing Duel Links China for features. Straight up. So, first of all, today they added a really big thing for me personally, and that's they disabled the PvE ban list. Something we've been asking for in global for years now, right? For just farming cards, right? Farming the gator characters, farming events. Why can't we play 3 Cup of Ace? Why can't we play, you know, all of the bamboo swords, the draw spells, right? Why can't we go and bamboo sprat FTK our opponent? Why can't we do that? It's PvE. It doesn't fit PvP. They would say here, right, PvP, it makes sense for a ban list of PvE. It doesn't really. So, China, W, 100%. They've also got a big campaign start today to kind of celebrate the 4th anniversary of GX World. They're giving away some tickets, some gems, Chronicle chips. They're giving away B-Buster as a card, a Aurora version of Fossil Dig, and they're also giving away a free 10-pack pool from the first 39 boxes. 1 per day. It is 80 packs over 8 days, but you choose what box you want to go into. So if we scroll down, we go and find a box that has the bump offer on, right? So let's go for, I don't know, or we go with Armed Dragon, right? Because we're kind of expecting to be getting Armed Dragon support in Duel Links Global this week. We could go and get some Burning Beast cards we haven't got yet. And so where is the free pool? It's here. 1 per day for 8 days for any box of your choice. And the first 10 boxes is really, really big. You know, it's something we don't see in Duel Links Global. And the pack art for this looks kind of better than our one did, I think. It looks a bit different. It's hard to kind of describe. I just did my pack opening for the new Rush Duel box. That'll be coming out on Sunday, I believe. And that went about as well as you could kind of expect. So look forward to that one. But pack 7, gonna be nothing. Okay, holo? No. Actual debated. Just straight up. Oh wait, no, we pulled the SR. I forgot the way they do it in... Yeah, the way they do it in Duelist China is the SR is at the front of the pack. So I completely skipped it. I completely didn't realise that was a thing. Now, in terms of boxes, they got some cool stuff recently. So, they first of all got Gilgamesh in a Degba box. Now, their Degba boxes are 150 packs with 3 copies of every card per box. So, it is like going into R1 3 times. Is that better than them being individual? I don't think so, but it's a take on it, right? And they've also got actual box art for it rather than just like the generic default blank stuff we've got. So, in that sense, it's better at least. They also had a new mini box coming out with Time Lords, with Rose Dragons. There's a brand new skill for Akiza that's really, really good, exclusive for that version. And of course today is the ABC box, bringing, of course, ABC Buster Dragon, Solemn Warning to the game, and catch them up on things like the Dinos and on the, where is it, down here, the Springans. So a bit of a mixed bag box, but overall seems like a very, very fun box, especially given there's also a brand new skill for Chaz and Kaiba. They get another exclusive skill that seems to be kind of alright. And so of course in our gift box there is the prismatic version of the Buster Drake, looking pretty snazzy, and the Aurora version, the Chronicle version of Fossil Dig. Now, this I believe is probably available in Rex level ups as well, I would imagine, so they didn't go down the route of putting it in a selection box, they gave it away as a free campaign card, and it looks kind of alright as an Aurora, right? That looks kind of fine. And of course it's going to be daily logging bonuses, etc., all that kind of fun stuff. There were some more big features added to the card trader, and here's some really big deals. So first of all, if you scroll to the right, you'll see there's only 5 cards here, and that's because that's all there is in the featured inventory. They've made the decision to move basically everything into the standard pool, and so what it means is that only the newer cards are in the rotation, and so you'll see them way more likely than you would do otherwise, right? Which is a really good thing. And there's two pools because, of course, there is too many cards. You've got to have that. But also, there's this big low-res smiley face here. What is this? This is the ability to unlock any character at the gate, straight up, using gold. This is a huge, huge buff on how we do in Duelist Global, right? So what we got to do in Duelist Global is we have our initial event, right? And then 3-4 months later, you get the rerun, and then 2 months later, it's available at the gate. When a character ticket comes around from a campaign, you can get that character if it's in the gate at that point. With this, they have their initial event, there's no rerun. A week later, the characters at the gate, you can either go and unlock them via missions, or you can come into the trader and just buy them with gold, with your currency that's free. It is such a big quality of life improvement. It would be really, really cool to see in Duelist Global. So I can go in and go, you know what? I want to play Trickstars, I'm going to buy Blue Angel, bing bang bong, and now I have completed the unlock condition for Blue Angel. Just like that. It was that simple. Blue Angel is now unlocked. Now, another cool thing, which you might be a bit annoyed at, is I currently have got the Duelist Chronicles event for GX. It's been a few years now since we've seen this one, right? It's been surpassed by Duelist Road. But the big thing is, in terms of new event cards, right, what do we got? Well, they've got Gallant Granite in here, which for us was a one-off campaign card, and then of course it got reprinted a couple of times. They've also got Union Driver to support the ABC deck, which is really, really cool. Scroll down, we can see the elusive 10, 7, and 3 gems. No 10, 5, and 1 gems for Duelist Global. It is the OG ratios, or at least more Duelist Global is right now, which is really, really, definitely not making me salty to see. Definitely not. And of course, we pulled nothing. That's fantastic. Some more things come to game very soon. First of all, is going to be the Conquest Duel from the Classic server coming into the Speed Duel server with a big focus on Elemental Heroes, on GX, on giving the GX characters some of their own skills, which should be pretty cool to see. There's also a campaign around that and some rewards around that. A new Conquest Pass as well, giving certain rewards, Conquest points. I believe they're bringing holographic foil from Classic into the Speed server as well as part of that, which should be pretty cool to see when it happens. I believe that's happening on the 2nd of September, around that time. But let's go and take a look at some of the cool new decks that we don't have in Duelist Global. Right, just some duel replays I can find. What we've got is Revolver. Now, I didn't show this one, but they've got Absolute Dragon, I think it's Rocket Caliber Dragon, and Brawling Dragon. So go in, Tracer, playing Absolute, Galactic Spiral Dragon coming down, going to be going into, of course, Dylan Dragon. We then play Absolute, adding to hand the Rocket card I believe we don't have. Tracer, popping, in for Silver Rocket, activate from hand, discarding to bring back out. And then of course, linking off into Booster Dragon. Then going to go from the graveyard and bring back to our field. Silver Rocket, Tracer, Dylan just comes down as well. What is happening? We're using Silver Rocket, we're popping it, we're targeting, going to send to graveyard the Borrolo Dragon. And then we link summon in for 3, 2, 1, Borrel End Dragon. Indorks the big boy, finally in the game, banishing the Levianeer. It is working as we 6 in Duel Links. Of course, going to be hand ripping and setting the Boral Fusion, because we're going to go into the big Borrelod Furious Dragon on their turn. And so that's quite a decent board to kind of deal with, right? You've had an extra rip, you've had a hand rip, you've got a pop now with Furious Dragon. But can we do more? Yes, we can. We can go targeting. Silver Rocket again, removing from that great extra deck the Borosaur Dragon. What do they do? Well, quick launch, in for Tracer. Quick launch, chaining the Tracer. That's going to be blowing that up. To of course bring out from the deck, Magna Rocket, and again, we see a Link summon for Booster Dragon. Booster Dragon, activating Magna Rocket. Furious Dragon, coming down, going to be popping, bringing this back out. Link summoning again for Dylan Dragon. Red Eyes, Meteor Dragon come down, sitting Sayaru. Of course, what's better than one Borrelend? 2 Borrelend Dragons. Now, it's a bit of a stalemate. It's a bit of a stalemate situation. And so, we've then got Riot Dragon, adding back to hand. I think it's Rocket Caliber, it might be the wrong name. Silver, of course, bring back out the Tracer. Set pass. What can we do? Melody, the Skying Sayaru. Tracer coming down, popping, and they're going to scoop. Unfortunately, not the best game, but let's move on to Rose Dragon. So Akiza's got a brand new skill exclusive to her called Rose Bloom, and it gives you a Black Rose Dragon to actually start duel, and gives you at the start of your duel a White Rose closer onto your field, which is the field spell which can give you some bonuses, which is neat, can do a special on the hand. It also just lets you search out for any Rose Dragon card you want. So we'll see how things go. Playing the skill, getting the field spell. Going to be summoning into the trap tricks, which is a bit interesting. Not everyone's doing this, but of course, someone out from the deck, the Rose Dragon in for the Black Rose Dragon. We're not going to play animation. We're going to skip this one for the moment. Of course, then, effect activating. Let's set the graveyard, summoning out, add in the trap card, going for a synchro summon of the level 10 synchro. You know what's coming? Baron de Fleur. Now, what you can do is go for Ancient Fairy Dragon as well, and then pop the field spell and go for Necro Valley, which is a play some people like to do. This one, though, is not. It's going for Seals, which is also a fairly valid play, right? Baron, Seals, you got the negate, the bounce, 3 back row. Let's see. How is the mirror going to work? I believe that's Darkest of the Bloom Rose, I think it is. Generates tokens, Book of Moon, you flip him face down. Book of Moon, going to be forcing out the negate from the Baron de Fleur. So we've now got a bounce. That's all. In for Sun, Vine, Slasher. So both playing some weird tech cards in this build. Kind of non-standard. Going for the White Rose Dragon, bring it back up from the graveyard. Another Rose Dragon. Book of Eclipse, shutting down the entire board. And I believe that's going to be a pass turn vibe. What it means though now is that you control Baron de Fleur, and then the gate is now back, which is really, really big. Of course, you're getting a draw too. That's okay. But we're getting a Cloister. Going to get, I believe that's Dreamland, the field spell, which is a fun card that I've not really seen played in Duel Links Global. I believe it's Dreamland. I'll have to quickly check. Dreamland Yu-Gi-Oh! Going for Masquerena. It is Dreamland. So Dreamland is a field spell. Depends on the card effects in hand. If you've got a Synchro, when a monster is special summoned, you can increase the levels by 1. So it kind of is an anti-Synchro card. So you Synchro, and you force your opponent's cards to become different levels and kind of turn them off, which is big. Otherwise, we use the effect of Black Rose Dragon, change battle position, swinging for lethal with Baron. Welcome to Duel Links China. Oh, there is one. So we've got to see what this is about. Now, I don't think there's any replays, unfortunately, but this is a really cool screen. I don't believe is in the global version. This is telling you where you can get cards from. So this one is saying, hey, here's all the cards available in boxes. Hey, here's all the event cards. And finally, here's all the cards available via box chips. That's a really, really big quality of life update. Of course, you can already see those cards in box chips, but that's still so massive. Are we going to see Chaz on the new skill, but not winning? Are we going to see that? Let's have a look. Chaz plays frontline base. It is the new brand of skill. Okay, sending a gold gadget to add Union Hanger plus any level 4 light machine from deck to hand. Which is crazy, right? You're playing Hanger. You're getting access to your Sea Crush Wyvern. And we're going to watch Chaz lose. We're going to watch him do the full combo, playing Union Driver, getting the Buster Drake, summoning it out, going to beat, linking off the IP Masquerena. Now what can he do? Buster Drake, activate again, and again, adding to hand. The Heavy Mech Support Armor, I believe it is, and the A Assault Core. I'm pretty sure these are the card names. And of course, we link off the Nightmare Unicorn on frame 1. Seems a bit odd, but I guess we're link climbing in for the Amblo Whale. Okay. Okay. Let him cook, let him cook, let him cook. Banishing, banishing, banishing. ABC Buster Dragon. Very cool. And now, we just watch Sherry do her thing. ABC, gonna be banishing, and is that enough? No, it's not, because they're playing Baby Sarah. Oh, they've gone into the box. They've got the Solemn Warning as well, and then negating. But it's not enough. It's never enough, because Sherry can just go and send the baby away. The summon Sage de Fleur, and go to town. Will we see Baron de Fleur come down? Of course we do. Of course we do. And Necro Fleur activating Baron, popping the Dark Hole. Would have been so good for that going second play. Ultimate Conduct Tyranno. Fleur Dino. Have we ever seen that in Duel Links Global? I don't think we have. Maybe it doesn't work because of like the lack of a Baron, but okay. Okay, they cooked. They cooked. And so that's a quick check back in with Duel Links China, seeing how they're doing, seeing the fun, unique stuff they got in their format. And hopefully, the big update announced tomorrow is going to be worthwhile. Hopefully there's some cool changes. We may not know all of them tomorrow. You know, it might be they detail some things happening in the coming days and weeks leading up to the release of it. Maybe there's nothing. Maybe it's just the old styles and that's going to be it. Hopefully not. Fingers crossed it's not. But we'll see. Anyway, leave your thoughts down below on the Duel Links China update and all of the cool new features they've got. If you haven't seen the original video, link down below to that one. Anyway, thanks for watching. Adios.